Hello everyone, today I will be providing a very basic concept guide for how to best complete 40-line sprint MPH mode. So if you don't know what MPH mode is, then go watch my previous video explaining it, but basically MPH stands for memoryless, previewless, and holdless. So obviously this provides a very big challenge, and it actually changes, it changes the strategy a lot from normal sprint, because you can't rely on, a normal stacking strategy such as 9-0 or 6-3, because you don't know what piece you're going to get next. So it would be very unreliable. Basically the strategy for MPH is, so you hard drop a bunch of pieces, and then you start down stacking. So I'll explain why this is, I think a very logical way to go about it. Because when you're down stacking, you only need to look at the piece on screen and figure out where the best place, where do I put it to fill the holes. And obviously having good knowledge of different spins and just being good at down stacking in general and being fast is also very important. But that's basically why we try to down stack, because when, let's say, we're on the ground stacking, well, when we're just free stacking up, there are a lot more factors to consider, so it's definitely much slower, especially when you don't have a preview, because you're only really seeing the piece right as it appears, and the more time you take to process it, the more time you're going to spend on your sprint, right? In classic Tetris, you have one preview, but the goal isn't time-oriented. Time doesn't matter, only your score matters. But here in sprint, every second, every millisecond you spend thinking is more time added to your overall score, I guess you could say. So by not free stacking and rather down stacking, you eliminate some of the things you have to think about, so thereby reducing your sprint time. So if you're a beginner, MPH can really challenge your stacking skills, because you don't have a preview and you have to figure out where a piece should go on the fly, so it is very challenging. And for a lot of beginners, they might not even be able to complete the mode, because they might top out, which is very normal. You just don't have enough practice to be able to downstack these blocks without having an ample amount of time to look at them, and that's very normal. So if you're a beginner, then this mode can definitely be very challenging, because you have to downstack without really having a preview, so you have to think on the fly, and a lot of the times when your muscle memory hasn't kicked in, and it's very difficult for you to be able to do this quickly, and that's very normal. You might even top out, and that's fine. You just need a bit of more practice before maybe you try out this mode. But for beginners, I would say that I do recommend you to at least try this mode, because you'll definitely understand the value of the preview. So look ahead in general is very important for keeping up speed and efficiency, and building up your stack the best way you can, and setting up for attacks in versus mode. But here without preview, you don't have the luxury of doing that. So you play MPH and then you go back into normal sprint or whatever normal mode with preview. I think you really will appreciate being able to look ahead, and maybe you'll even pay more attention, because I know look ahead is sometimes very difficult, especially for beginners, but also for people around even intermediate and advanced levels. because, you know, you are sort of having to split your attention. But once you get good enough at it and you can just recognize the pieces based on their color, and you don't really need to pay attention to your preview, then, you know, the look ahead will really pay off. But yeah, that's about it for MPH mode. Just wanted to share this bit of knowledge I found from looking at the MPH leaderboards. And yeah, that's about it. See you guys later.